Garmin is known for making bold moves in the fitness watch space, but this time the company has done something unexpected, maybe even unintentionally genius. While there has been no formal announcement, flashy keynote, or official teaser, the tech community has picked up on a major breadcrumb that reveals what could be the next big thing in Garmin's Forerunner lineup, the Garmin Forerunner 970. This isn't just a whisper on Reddit or a wild YouTube rumor. This comes from Garmin's own website, specifically a document hidden in plain sight on Garmin Taiwan's extended warranty page referenced a product that doesn't exist in any current catalog, the Forerunner 970. So, what does it mean when a company references a device that hasn't been announced in any official capacity? According to everything we've uncovered, it's a sign that something big is coming, and it could be here much sooner than anyone anticipated. The mysterious discovery. Most leaks come from vague social media posts, spy shots, or blurry prototype images. But the Forerunner 970 was leaked in a very different way, through a legal document. A warranty form included this model in a list of eligible devices. Now, this might sound like an innocent mistake, but you don't just toss made-up product names into legal documents. This isn't a fan-made graphic or a typo. This is Garmin talking to customers in a formal capacity, and that's a game changer. This combination of events suggests something real is brewing. Even if Garmin hasn't sent out invites to a media event, the pieces are falling into place behind the scenes. Approval from the FCC is no small step. It means the device is production ready or very close to it. The timing is right. If you're wondering whether it's too soon for another major Garmin release, think again. The Forerunner 965, along with its sibling the 265, came out about 2 years ago. In the fast-paced wearables market, that's practically a full product generation. Garmin is known for keeping its release cycles sharp to stay competitive with the likes of Apple, Coros, and Samsung. 2 years is more than enough breathing room to introduce a new model, especially one that could shake up how the company approaches its flagship line. The naming shift. Here's where things get interesting. Based on Garmin's previous naming patterns, one would expect a Forerunner 975 to be next. The last few years gave us the 245-945, followed by the 255-955, and then the 265/965. So what's the deal with the 970? There are a few possible explanations. The most compelling one? Garmin is shaking up its product strategy. The 970 could represent a new tier, a bridge between mid-range and flagship. Think of it like a Pro Light. It doesn't carry every high-end spec of the upcoming 975, but it's powerful enough to satisfy performance users while appealing to a broader market segment. This approach isn't new to tech. Apple does it with the iPhone SE, Samsung has its fan editions, and now Garmin may be experimenting with its own version of the same idea. The 970 could be more than a spec bump. It could be a market experiment, a new direction for Garmin. Another theory making the rounds is that the Forerunner 970 could be a testing platform for new features. Garmin might be experimenting with hardware updates, design overhauls, or interface changes before locking them into the full-blown 975. The 970 could serve as a preview of the next generation, just not in the way we're used to. Whether it's a sleeker build, a more vibrant display, or smarter battery optimization, the 970 could introduce refinements across the board. It might even feature new health or AI-based training features. Garmin has already hinted at machine learning integrations through features like training readiness and suggested workouts. The 970 could expand on this with more intuitive tools for recovery and performance tracking, designed for a different user. Garmin knows its audience. The Forerunner series isn't just for elite runners and triathletes anymore. There's a growing middle ground of users, fitness enthusiasts who want a smartwatch with real performance capabilities, but without the bulk or complexity of something like the Phoenix line. The 970 could be the perfect answer. It might offer serious performance in a streamlined form factor, with GPS accuracy training metrics, music storage, smart notifications, and long battery life, it can appeal to athletes and average users alike. If priced slightly below the $965, it could also steal customers from Apple and Coros in the crowded, mid-tier wearable market. The bigger strategy at play. What if Garmin is intentionally breaking away from its usual release cadence, releasing the 970 now and saving the 975 for later? Could be a way to maintain consistent product buzz throughout the year. It's a strategy that builds anticipation, gets people talking, and avoids the issue of launching too many high-end devices at once. This staggered rollout allows Garmin to test the waters. If the 970 performs well, it gives them time to fine-tune the 975 and build toward a bigger release. It also helps manage supply chains and customer expectations. Rather than dropping all new models at once, Garmin might be shifting to a more flexible cycle, releasing strategic updates when it makes the most sense, not just when the calendar says it's time. What we might see. Without official specs, we can only speculate. But if we lean on Garmin's track record and the expectations of its user base, the Forerunner 970 could look like this. A lightweight polymer body, similar to the 265 or 955. A high-resolution AMOLED display with better brightness and touch responsiveness. Dual-frequency GPS for higher accuracy on urban routes and trails. Training readiness scores based on recovery and heart rate variability. Possibly new sensors or refinements in battery optimization. Music playback with offline support and compatibility with Bluetooth headphones. Up to 2 weeks of battery life depending on usage. That last part is important. Garmin has built a loyal user base by offering wearables that don't need a daily charge. If the 970 carries on this legacy, it will stand apart from many other smartwatches that still struggle with battery life. Looking ahead, the 970 isn't the endgame. It's likely part of a larger puzzle that includes a 275 entry model and the flagship 975. Each one will serve a different type of user, but the 970 might be the most critical because of what it represents. It's not just another Forerunner. It could be the start of a new release philosophy. So, will the Forerunner 970 become a cult favorite or a stepping stone to the 975? That depends on how Garmin positions it and how the market responds. But one thing is clear, the 900 series is evolving, and the 970 is proof that Garmin isn't afraid to take a few risks along the way. If you're thinking about upgrading or diving into the Garmin ecosystem for the first time, the 970 might be the model that gives you high-end features without going all in on price. It could be the perfect balance of innovation, affordability, and performance. And with the 975 still under wraps, this is your first real glimpse into what Garmin has been cooking up behind closed doors. Stay tuned. The Forerunner 970 might just be the most important Garmin release we've seen in years.